Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm your host, Jason Gordon.
And I'm your co-host, Othel Garment.
You can be the host, that's fine.
No, I'm the co-host.
I'm
the co-host.
Alright, well, anyway, thank you for joining us for today's broadcast of the Moodfood
thank you for joining us.
Podcast. Yeah, our success continues to grow, and we are grateful because all of you are letting us hear from you from our Facebook page, from our Instagram page, and also from our email, moodfoodpodcast@gmail.com. You're subscribing, you're liking, you're following, and also from our YouTube channel. So we just need people to continue liking, subscribing, following, and especially on the YouTube channel, that's very important. And so with that, we are grateful for all of our faithful listeners out there around the world, not just here in the United States. All right, so let me read this little snippet of review that we have to do. Not review, but the disclaimer. Yeah.
Yes.
We're recording, and it's like really late at night here, so forgive me. I had a cup of decaf, and whoever invented that, honestly, I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't work, and I should have had a real cup. But the views, opinions, and positions expressed in this podcast called Mood Food are ours, and in no way represent the views, opinions, and positions of the Department of the Air Force, Department of Defense, the United States government, including resources listed today. That's right. See, he should have read it. You should have read it.
No.
So he wasn't able to be with us last week. He
had
actually,
what was that?
Well, because he joined a mime convention. And so they travel around, and so he's already very quiet. So this is one of his hobbies, is he's learning how to be a better mime. So you'll be able to see him soon basically act out like what it's like to be a mime, which you will not be able to hear him. So it's important for you to subscribe, like, and follow on the YouTube channel so you can see him and all of his talents that he has learned from the mime convention.
Well, I thought I got fired because I saw a new episode posted. I was like, oh, okay. But
no.
Faith Part 1. So
yeah,
I made sure I made it for Faith Part 2.
And yes, you did. And
okay.
Yeah, exactly. I had to pull you over here to be able to be on. And then setting up, I thought he was going to be like, I'm not doing it. I think I wish I had $1 for every time he said I could have a cup of coffee from Starbucks right now. So anyway, long story short, and getting to the point for today's show is faith. And so I hope last week's episode really elaborated more on the importance of having faith. No matter what you believe, it's good to believe in something, especially when things aren't going right in your personal lives out there. And sometimes things just really can get you down and almost knock you on the ground. And so that's why it's important, I know, for me to have faith. And you weren't here, so what are your thoughts on that? And then we'll get into the last couple of steps here.
You gotta have faith to keep your confidence up.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. And especially whenever you feel like you might be deflated or defeated.
Definitely. Yes, because I've been in that situation more than once, and you know of that. Especially when it comes to homework and all that. I know I talk about homework a lot, but
you're doing great though. He's
you
studying.
Don't understand.
He's studying.
I'm studying information technology with emphasis on ethical hacking. And so right now I've been working on coding for web pages, writing codes for web pages.
Yeah. And it takes a lot of faith. Good Lord, to do that stuff.
Yes.
I look at that stuff and I'm already thinking about I feel like I'm in a foreign language class looking at it. But I did help you with one of your...
That's what it is. It's a foreign language.
You had faith in me enough to ask me a question, and I don't even study what he's studying. But I got it right. And so I was thankful for that.
Well, long story short, like, not to bore with too many details, but sometimes working on writing these codes, I have to talk it out. Mm-hmm. So that way I know... Well, not know, but I can figure out where I'm messing up. Mm-hmm. And when I talk to him about it, sometimes, even though some of the terminology may be a little wrong, but you say, well, what if you try this or try that? And it's like, okay.
Yeah, just problem solving.
Yes.
And I think just in life in general, if you have your self-confidence up because you believe in something and you have that faith, it really allows your mind to expand and think besides the negative. It gets you out of that, because if you think negative, it's really going to stifle your creativity. It's really going to suffocate your creativity and not allow you to really imagine what the end product is going to look like, because you can't see past the negative of maybe a bad grade or whatever. And so, but with faith today, we're going to be touching bases on a couple of extra steps here. I know that this is a 2-part series, and so this is a good step right here. We're on step number 4 right now. Faith trumps stress, anxiety, and fear. And we kind of just talked about some of that and how it can deflate us and really make us feel less than. Or I've heard several people call themselves stupid or dumb, or just don't do that, because that opens the door for more. And people get very comfortable with criticizing themselves, and that's sad. Don't do that, because you're worth more than that. And it is not doing any good by focusing on that. So it's also easy to allow stress, anxiety, and fear to run our lives. And I mean 24/7, 365, if you don't really have control over it. So you have to fight for yourself. You have to fight and use your faith, your foundation, as a strength to get through those moments where you are having that stress, anxiety, and fear. And, we go from one moment to moment worried about one thing or another. And it's usually things most of the time that we can't control. And I know I like to try to control things as much as possible, because I don't like to worry about the potential things that could happen. So I try to stay 10 steps ahead, but that's exhausting and it's not good for my mood. And definitely he can always pick up on whenever I'm thinking about other things, trying to stay about 10 to 15 steps ahead. And so I appreciate that, because he'll say what's going on, and then I'm able to kind of express that, and then we will talk about it. And so, what's that? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just agreeing with you.
Okay. So learn to harbor your faith during those difficult times and use it to eliminate the stress, anxiety, and fear. And think back to situations in your own lives out there in the past or present, or something that you might be fearful of tomorrow when you've made it through something, or you may have to go through something and you thought you weren't going to be able to make it. But something got you over that hump. Something got you over that fear. And so always recognize that. Write that out, because when you can't think of it, pull that book off the shelf and read that journal entry. It's going to remind you how you made it successfully through that difficult time by leaning on your faith in what you believe in. And so believe and expect that good things will happen, and they will. I'm a firm believer of that. You do have to work for things in your lives, right?
Yes.
I do not believe that your ship's going to come in, that saying and all of that stuff, because you have to work for success. You have to work for things. Things aren't just given to you. Now, I know there are a few examples out there of people that may have been born with a silver spoon in their mouths or something, and that, as that saying goes. But I'm a firm believer that if you wait for opportunity to happen, it won't. You have to create those. Yeah, you have to create those opportunities. Take those huge steps out on faith and land flat on your feet, and understand that every step's going to be difficult, but every step forward allows you and reassures you that you're on that right path to making that dream come true, or the path that, or the journey that you want to successfully go down to reach those goals in your lives out there. I mean, it's important that you do that and know that you can do it, because if you believe it, it will happen.
Yes.
What, you want to give an example of something maybe for you?
Well, one of the examples, I guess, would be earning degree. There's times where I did not have the confidence, to continue, because I wasn't understanding the material, or losing focus on the assignments because the instructor did not see my point of view or something like that. Yeah.
And so you changed that focus and you believed, okay, I'm bigger than this. And so you were able to kind of work through it.
So, yes. So I refocused. All right, how how do I overcome this? How do I continue on? And sometimes, you just keep the belief,
Yeah, TL. I do know that for a fact. So, this isn't just about ignoring your problems either. You have to address problems sooner or later, or else they're going to keep banging on the door until they're moving in. And then you're stuck. So you need to have some sort of defense built up and addressing the problems outside that's going on. And that could be talking with someone, going to your faith leader that you believe, and that faith that you believe in, and going to the leader and talking it over with them. But just strength in numbers, and don't fight this on your own. Make sure that you keep going for sure, and that you're not ignoring what potentially could cause more stress, fear, and anxiety.
Yes.
And so this is knowing that your situation will improve deep down inside in your heart, your mind, body, and soul. It's going to improve. Sometimes we just have to do some work to get to that state of improvement. And that means if you pray. If you find that part of that work is talking with somebody, go talk with someone. If you find that it is you encamping around some resources in the community, do that too. Whatever it takes, that you're that work in motion. You're that life that's in motion to better the situation. It's going to happen.
Yes.
And let me tell you, being a sitting duck, you know what happens to sitting ducks usually. So you don't want to do that. You don't.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that you stay focused with that. And keep your eye on the prize. And your faith will get you there. And will order your steps. It has for me. I know it has for me. And I know it has for you as well.
Yes.
So, did you want to say something?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. He was just clearing his throat.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. No, you're fine. You're fine. They need to hear all the sound effects and everything. So now we're going to go to the next step here, and it's acts as the pathway to find solutions. Faith acts as the pathway to find solutions. And that kind of covered what we just kind of talked about, I think. Faith is the pathway to finding solutions in life. And like I said, whatever you believe, you need to believe it. Let that be your foundation. Let that be your solid rock. And let that be your North Star that you use to guide you through this journey that we are all in. And it's not going to be easy, and situations change just as quickly as the weather does. And unless you're in somewhere, I know when I was in Guam, remember it used to rain just about every day and then clear up and be hot enough to choke a snake all the time, all year round. So, it was really hot. But I knew that the sun would shine again. And so I kept that perspective. And so you want to keep in mind that human beings were made to thrive and not just survive. And so when you have faith and belief in something, you are going to thrive. And you are only surviving, if you are only surviving, basically, there's far greater fear and other things that negatively could impact you. So you don't want to walk around with just in survival mode, because sooner or later your battery is going to need to be charged. You're going to need to be nourished. And so there are certain pathways through your foundation, your church, or whatever you believe in out there to help you find more positive solutions to your problems and guide you through that difficult situation. And no matter the situation, no matter how bad or how dire need you might be in, your faith in what you believe in is going to get you through it. And don't stop pushing or searching for answers to help resolve what life throws at us. You can be the solution. You can be part of the solution. Don't be part of the problem. Because sometimes it's very difficult for us to get out of our own way. And I know for me, it is very difficult. Especially if I'm trying to control something. Sometimes I just need to leave things alone and let it play out as what my faith says it's supposed to be. Because I know if I put my hands in it, it's just going to cause a lot more aggravation and things that potentially could get worse. And so I want everyone to focus on what you believe out there and the faith that you believe. And it's the core of who you are. It's the core of your presence here on this earth. And never give up on your hopes and dreams. Never give up on others that you might have given up on. just keep using your faith to make those connections back to those people that you may feel are not on the same page as you, or the relationship may have been strained for various reasons. Don't give up on that. Lean on your faith as often as possible, and you'll see how to realize and how to get through and how to lean upon those difficult times. And the faith will carry you through each and every time. I mean, there's so much I could say about having faith and so many personal testimonies. We'd be here for a very long time. But I just want everyone to focus on that today and stand firm on what you believe in. And just for this podcast, if we had not taken the steps out to try it, we would not have listeners all around the world supporting us. And I never would have dreamed I would be doing this. But I'm very thankful that, bing, the light bulb came on one day, and I was able to kind of be creative. And I said, okay, let's do this. And he was very supportive, and it still continues to be supportive. And with this that we're doing, and I'm thankful because I hope we're changing and impacting lives. We're hearing from people, so that lets me know like we are. And I've heard bad reviews before from people, so we are making improvements as we go along. We are making ourselves pretty vulnerable, putting all this info out, putting ourselves out there around the world. But you know what? It's part of the whole thing. I have my faith, and that's going to guide us through the most difficult of times, the most ugliest of reviews. But we're going to keep on trucking on, because what we're doing is hopefully changing lives, and not only in our lives, but also others. And so today I'm going to read you a review, and then Othel's going to close up with a quote. And I also have another song that I don't have the rights to, but I'm going to give you the YouTube link and everything in the program description today. And so make sure you check out that link as well today when you listen. And so today it's going to be a very short review, but it's from one of my great friends over in South Korea who listens faithfully. And Yar, thank you so much. I remember doing a lot of those exercise things there that we do in Korea, and you always made it fun, and you always kept us grounded and focused on there will be an end to it, and that things will turn back to a normal Monday through Friday schedule. And so thank you for that. So you put on our review page, love you guys, loved the episode. And he's been commenting all along, and we really appreciate that. He is giving us show ideas. He wants us to do one on avoidance and procrastination. And our friend Kim, we keep joking, but sometimes we want to get a shirt that says, I've always wanted to procrastinate but never got around to it. And that is so true. So that's a great show idea, and so we'll be putting that on the books here in just a little bit, especially for season 2. And so, did you want to read yours and then I'll read mine? Or you want me to just continue?
Okay.
I'll go ahead.
Read my quote.
You go ahead. Uh-oh.
Sorry.
See, he needs his glasses and he just
I
dropped
need
them.
my glasses and I dropped them.
Blind in one eye and can't see out of the other one.
Exactly. All right, so my quote comes from Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And it's from his song called Keep the Faith.
We do not own the rights to this song.
We don't own the rights.
The lyrics.
I'm just reading the quote. All right, so in part of his song, he says, keep the faith. Don't let nobody turn you around. You got to know when it's good to go to get your dreams up off the ground. Keep the faith, baby, yeah, because it's just a matter of time before your confidence will win out. And
I like that. What song is that?
Keep the Faith.
Oh, hello. How appropriate. Here I am thinking, okay, that song does not sound familiar. I'm going to have to listen to it to hear it. I'm more familiar with the tune than I am the lyrics. And so
yeah,
I'll have to
I was
listen
just
to
quoting it because we play the music in the
I don't want to get sued. Yeah, I don't want to get sued. Good Lord in heaven. That's the last thing we need. And so mine today is it's a new song by this group called Selah. And the title of the song is Hello Grace. And for me, I know that I'm shown grace each and every day. And I'm asking everyone out there, use your faith to ground you and just receive that grace that you receive from what you believe in. And not only receive it, but pass it on to others that may have done you wrong. Pass it on to others that you may not agree with. Everyone needs some grace. Everyone needs some time to be loved and appreciated. And so I don't own the rights to this song, but I'm going to read some of the lyrics to you. And once again, please go on the YouTube channel and also on the podcast platform descriptions. I'm going to put the link to this song in there. And so I hope you enjoy it. But it's a song by Selah, and it's Hello Grace. And so it goes like this. I'm sure I've read somewhere his yoke is easy. I've heard it said his burden should be light. Well, it seems to me he's gonna have to help me, 'cause right now it seems I'm fighting for my life. Hello, Grace, it's good to see you. I thought I'd have to pray 1,000 prayers to reach you. I shouldn't be surprised you're right on time, the way you've always been through every chapter of my life. Hello, Grace. Hello, Grace. Even as I am staring down this mountain that I know for sure I'm gonna have to climb, just knowing that you're here is all that matters. It's all I need to give it one more try. If you'll keep walking with me, I'll endure it. And if you'll just light the way, I'll walk on through it. I'm not asking you to give me or get me through tomorrow. I'm just grateful that you're here with me today. That's a great song. I'm going to play it after we finish recording. So that's one of my favorite songs. I've heard it, and it's a really good song. So we want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing, liking, following on the podcast. If you have not already done so, please do. We are here for you. Let us hear from you. moodfoodpodcast@gmail.com. We are grateful for you. We are thankful for you. You've made this podcast a success. Thank you. Thank you so much. That and our faith has, right? Our foundation. And so you made this podcast a success around the world, and we are grateful for that. Let us hear from you, and we appreciate you. We love you. And if there's anything that you want to hear, please drop us a line on the Facebook page, our Instagram page, or our YouTube channel, or send us an email. All right. Take care, everyone. Do you have any closing remarks? No?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Take care, everyone. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Keep you, and we'll talk to you soon. We'll see you later.